Yo, Raw Radio, real quick. Um, Getting ready for the strong end and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's even I'm sneezing and sniffling. Every not everybody, but people aren't feeling well. Sniffles, allergies. People catching what they saying is the previous pandemic virus and all of that. So let me provide some perspective on what's shaking for this weekend and what's going on in the universe, in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying, within ourselves. So when we see all of these warehouse fires, fertilizer nonsenses, and all this bullshit that's going on with train derailments, right? So there's always a coding in the language. You know what I'm saying? There's a coding in the language when it comes to the language itself, and there's a coding language, especially when they putting news and putting shit together and stringing stories together, and then now stringing actual manifestations of things together as well, which is, what I'm saying, pretty important. So they're catching a twofer or threefer for this one, and what they got going on with these toxic elements, right? So the toxic elements are based upon, one, they're attacking the air, right? So now we're in the sign of Aquarius. Started, I believe, January 19th, 20th, something like that, into February. So during this time, and then also probably a little bit after, they'll be attacking the air, right? So they're attacking the air, and then we're also moving to or we are in, or moving into, or transitioning into, whatever, into the age of Aquarius, celestially, cosmically. So in this age of Aquarius, then, it's the air sign as well. So that's air, you know what I'm saying? So the reason why they're able to move in these fashions, it's like, come on, train derailment, fertilizer, deadly crash, and all this stuff is now making news. That's magic. That's what they're producing for their manifestations for this weekend and other weekends and other days, strong ends, or whatever you want to call them, to make they plans come true. So in this case, they're getting a twofer. And mind you, this is a few days after this Chinese spy balloon floats across the same area that's being pretty much poisoned. You know what I'm saying? You got the one in Texas, the one in Michigan, the one in Florida, the one in Ohio, and all of that. And even Ohio, they're saying trust the government. So, you do that at your own detriment. But the chemicals that's being released is they're attacking the air because we're in the air sign, right? So the reason why they're able to attack the air, and in this case, I'm seeing as soon as these things happen, then the jet stream goes and the weather patterns go, and all of a sudden people get sick as these things happen. It's similar to how when all that stuff happened in Florida, in California, and then the weather pattern moved through the eastern part of the United States, and people got sick as well. So the rain is carrying these toxic chemicals, and they're just moving it through the air. People call it HARP or whatever you want to call it. That's fine too. But in actuality, they're just using the patterns of the weather to create a havoc amongst our immune systems. And the reason why they're able to do this, one, they're doing it for the train derailment thing, is probably to get some type of monorail or robotic rail or some type of rail line. So train derailment to set the subconscious up, the human psyche up. All right, well, we need less human fallacy, and let's get the trains on one track. And the train's going to be on one track based upon some system that's already built and situated. And these trains are going to now be what's moving around, you know what I'm saying, throughout the country or whatever. In multiple countries that have like this monorail or rails based upon robotics and AI and shit like that. So that's the initial one. And again, the reason why that they're able to do all of this crashes and all of these toxic chemicals in the air, not just because we're in Aquarius and all of that. That's just like the vehicle cosmically that they're energy that they're bringing down from the heavens, so to speak, and then or bringing it from within us, so to speak. But the fucking chemicals that we put in our body every day, y'all. So the chemicals you put for nail polish, the chemicals that you put for makeup, the chemicals that we put in our food, the chemicals that we put in candy, the chemicals that we put in spraying Clorox, the chemicals that we put in our cleaning products, the chemicals that's put in all the shit that we do day in and day out, is the reason what the fucking chemicals that we put in radiation treatments of cancer and all the shit that we fucking glorify is all the reason why these motherfuckers can do this shit to, quote unquote, us, to human beings in this way. Because we are complicit by our dumbass actions. So if you don't realize that, and you don't see that it's from as within, so without, as above, so below, mostly within, without, then what the fuck are we talking about? Get away from the chemicals, yo. The further look, they want chemicals. We can spray chemicals in the air. There's a galactic law, there's a universal law people have to go by when you're managing human beings over time, based upon all kind of stuff. And you just think it's coincidence that all of a sudden all these chemicals are being released and making people sick? People that took the jab, there's millions and billions of people that take the jab, there's billions of people that keep going to doctors for these chemicals, there's billions of people that keep taking chemicals in their nail polish, in their foot polish, in their makeup, in their shampoo and conditioner and fertilizer and Monsanto, and having one turf green grass. And all of that shit is chemicals that we are now saying cosmically, okay, well then give these niggas chemicals then. Give them chemicals. They want chemicals, then rain chemicals down from the heavens on these motherfuckers so that they can experience what it is that they're trying to put in them. Chemicals all around you. Look in your refrigerator, look in your ingredients, look in your underneath your sinks, look all over you, look in your car, look what you're spraying on cologne. Chemicals, babe. Chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. So watch now how these motherfuckers are doing what we're doing internally. And they're going to do that externally to us. And then now we're going to say, oh, the government. And this. No, it's us. Chemicals. Get rid of the chemicals. You're literally killing me. You're literally killing yourselves. We are killing each other with these fucking chemicals. Chemicals, B. Look how many chemicals you got. The more chemicals you put in your body, the more when you see it reflected in reality, because we're co-creating this reality more and more as we realize, manifesting good vibes, whatever you want to call it, vibrations, frequency, blah, blah, blah. Chemicals. They are now going to rain down chemicals because most people don't give a fuck about having chemicals in them. As within, so without. Keep putting the chemicals in your ass and watch how much this shit continues. Roll radio, B.